Hi and welcome to this video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video we're going to go through the Forex Market Wrap. We're going to highlight some of the news that happened this week and some of the opportunities that we pointed out. So looking at the news this week, there was some red letter data that we needed to be aware of, and I think what the market was waiting for this week was the Friday data, where we had the core CPI data and the prelim consumer sentiment, and we can see here that it all turned out pretty positive for the US dollar in terms of, we saw core PPI rally from 0.1% to 0.4%, so significant rise there. We also saw the PPI month on month remain the same, but it was forecast to come in lower, so you can see they've highlighted it in green as well. Prelim consumer sentiment also rose from 56.8 to 59.1, so dollar data there towards the end of the week really significant in the market. However, I haven't really seen any follow through to what we were kind of expecting from this good data, so that's quite interesting to see. In terms of central bank news, we had the RBA. They hiked interest rates from 2.85% to 3.1%, and we had the Bank of Canada move from 3.75% to 4.25%. Going on the charts then, so like I said, not really seen much movement from the US dollar. It kind of snapped to the strong side and then quickly reverted back to being weaker again. And you can see here from the dollar index, what we were expecting this week was a move down to the 103 spot 50 handle. We just didn't get that. Instead, price has just moved sideways at this area, at the 105.0 area. So could price maybe be consolidating here for then a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside? We'll have to wait and see. I think the market is going to price in the Federal Reserve slowdown of hiking interest rates. So I do feel like the opportunity to the upside for the dollar may be coming. So we just need to keep an eye on that in the near future. Looking onto Kiwi dollar then, so Kiwi dollar we featured looking for moves up to the 6450 handle this week. We did get a rally into the 6450, but then a rejection, which came down and tested around about the 6280 handle as well, and then continued higher from there with the market moving towards the previous highs. Going on to CAD yen then, so this was a market we expected to drop down to the 98.25 handle. We traded through the 102s, we had quite an aggressive move to the downside. We're expecting that to follow through and push down to the 98.25 handle, but again, instead, we've just kind of consolidated within this pattern in here, this sort of triangle pattern. Now, if price was going to break through this consolidative area here, we would expect a move down to that 98.25 handle. I wouldn't expect a breakout with a move to the 102s. And even if it did do that, I still would expect some further downside from CAD yen. But been a bit of a slow week. Price hasn't really given us what we expected it to give us this week. It's just consolidated. So that was a bit unfortunate. The S&P 500, however, did fall to the downside. Did break back below into this range and headed towards the range lows at the 39.36 spot 50 handle, and we've seen a little bit of a bounce there. So what was our concern was this area up here, where we expected maybe sellers to come into the market because it was a long-term trendline zone. We saw that, and the market did turn this week with a move to the downside, but again, the past 3 days have pretty much just been a consolidation, so it's been very difficult trading conditions to be able to identify where the sort of dollar dominance was going to come in at, and whether that would have affected the stock markets or not. So unfortunately for us, bit of sideways movement this week. I hope you still had a good trading week, and if you did, leave this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more of our Forex trading content, and I'll catch you in the next video.